Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Al from Club Dora Outdoors and Firewood. We are here. I'm bringing in a few logs, and I'm using a fork uh, on my front end of my skid steer, and I still don't have my grapple back. Once I get the grapple, this will be much easier than what it is. Um, it's difficult with the two posts standing up in the back end of the log feed. Right here you can see it's difficult for me to get these dropped in there. Um, we I should have flipped that holder over to the side, which holds the log feed up in the air once you're in transport. But being it's so difficult, I don't want to create. We had a little technical issue there. Right here, I'm going to drop these logs on the ground because it's just too dangerous with logs that big when you're a couple feet above the live deck. It's just too dangerous to bust something up. So I decided to just do one at a time. Um, I will be glad when I get my grapple back because that'll I could handle them three logs and just fold them over and gently put them onto that log deck. But it's too bad because my forks will not fit between them two posts, and you just got to really be careful. Right here, where my forks landed on top of that shaft, I've got to really watch that because with these heavy logs, I don't want to be bending that shaft, and you could easily do it what I was just doing. But this is all learning curve for me. I always try to be careful. I don't need any extra repairs, especially on a new piece of equipment. Um, I am going to check in with the company. I might see if it's a possibility if I can't get the three-section log lift. I think it would be much easier to get your logs up on the deck. But I do not have this thing positioned really well. Um, I just kind of set it up when I first got it, and it's kind of stayed that way. Trying to figure out, my best options. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the unit. I've only probably only have about 10 hours on it. Um, anyway, we'll this here log actually something like that would be better off to cut it in two 4-foot pieces. Um, if I remember right, as I'm running this one, when I run that log through, it gave me some problems when they're that crooked. But it went okay.
Well, guys, um, on this log feed, it is very difficult to get them logs on there with forks. I uh, I still have my grapple in the shop, getting some welding done on it. Um, there, you can flip that upside down and just set them down on there. I know that'll work much better, but I hate being so high up in the air and then trying to get them to gently roll off. It's everybody knows that you don't want to have that weight dropping onto that little live deck like that. But I I don't have this in the perfect spot. I just kind of set it up just to make it work. I bought it. I think it only had 3.5 hours on it, and I would only have like nine running hours. So still pretty green on it. But anyway, we might start this up and maybe we'll run through a little bit um, just to kind of let you know what it is. I just pulled the chain and put a glue chain on, and I got to figure out how I'm going to go about sharpening them, whether I use a Dremel or hand file it. But anyway, give me a second here and I'll get it set up. So gentlemen, as you've seen when I was loading, I started to hit this end and I didn't even realize that they have an extra hole drilled in this so that you can spin it out of the way. So I got a lot of things to learn on this, but it'll come. It'll come. So I'll start this little guy up, and this is actually a 26.5 horse EFI Kohler gas engine. And we found that I tried to idle this up also, but it apparently it must affect the hydraulics too much. It makes it too slow. So you pretty much got to run this wide open to make it work properly. So, okay, currently guys, they gave me a 4 and an 8-way wedge. They're supposed to be sending me a 6-way wedge. I truly don't think that I will be using this that much. What I've been doing is raising it up. We've got to have, it's got to be close to 8 inches from the base of this to the bottom of the knife. So I kind of mainly want to just bust this stuff up. So we'll give it a shot here and see how we come. One thing that I've been forgetting, I just been leaving the oil on rather than shutting it off because I just can't seem to get used to turning it on. I've just got to get into a system of doing it. So, all right, I'm gonna turn it up and we'll see what we can do here. This, by the way, is probably the biggest log I've run through here so far. So let's see how it goes. Well, um, I'm still very green at this. There's a few things I need to figure out. I'm actually wondering if I didn't just put the 4-way wedge on just to bust it apart, as long as I'm running it through the wolf ridge anyway. Um, Save a lot of time trying to knock that stuff out of the wedge. It just doesn't seem like if you get it down far enough, but a lot of this can be operator error again. Just getting used to the machine is well, it's a learning curve, that's for sure. So anyway, I didn't time that, but to run through 2 logs or 3 logs and end up with a bunch of big rounds or chunks that I can bust up. Um, that I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna have to experiment until we get this figured out a little better. So anyway, um, I think we're gonna wind that down. I hope you enjoyed what you seen, and please like and subscribe.